A way to negotiate an edge transition when you don't have the luxury of toting your vortex out into wherever, like in a canyon going uphill or something. So we're gonna do a lower edge transition without a high directional. In another video, we're gonna do the raise. Standard 4-point bridle, again, a bunch of ways to do this. I wanna be configured in this way because it gives me options to convert from vertical orientation to horizontal orientation on the fly after I've made the transition. But in order to make the transition, I'm gonna start off going vertically down. You can go horizontally, but I think vertical's easier in my opinion. So to set the stage off right, I want to get the foot bridle slack, and I want to bring the head bridle all the way up past the head of the litter. So I'm going to pull this. I want that foot bridle slack, slack, slack. I want this yoke to be somewhere right around here. So I'm going to tighten up a little bit on both sides. This is completely slack. I'm going to give a little bit more because I don't want the foot bridle to get hung up at any point in time when we transition. So all the force is going to be on the head bridle members. When I make this transition, the head bridle is going to want to slide along that path of least resistance here. And if it keeps doing that, we start to load our connectors in an unfavorable way. So a quick way to kind of make sure that these things stay in line, while at the same time providing me the ability to take these off after I've made the transition, is just to take a beaner, clip it into the rail, and then clip around one leg of the head bridle, and then do the same thing on the other side. So if you can see right there, that's all I have to do. And now when I make that transition, this will resist sliding. Ready? All the way. And again, my main and belay are still slack. Okay, right about there is the center of gravity on the edge. This is my tipping point. Okay, this is where we're gonna start our execution. So now I'm gonna say take on main, take on belay. Okay, right about there. Okay, so everything is taut. I want to make sure that I'm not gonna get snagged on anything, or the litter's not gonna crush any loose strands. So all this is gonna be tucked away nicely when I make the edge transition. And I need to get kind of to the back a little bit. I'm gonna come back on my Aztec. Backup comes with me. And I want, physically, for me personally, like I want to be on that edge, kind of ready to go. So I'm on that edge, minimal slack in my backup line. So now you can see our ropes are kind of elevated off the ground, but they don't have a high directional, but we're about to give them one. And that's what our edge is gonna do. Our edge is gonna vector by just grabbing the ropes and lifting them as we make this transition. Okay. Main ready?
Ready.
Okay, belay ready.
Belay ready.
Okay, edge ready.
Edge ready.
Okay, so rescuer lean back, lower on main, and edge vector. Okay, and we're going. There we go. And edge as you vector, you can come in closer to me. There you go. And you can be all the way up to the edge, Mr. Edge Guy, because my body weight's going to pull this litter straight. Okay. So there we go.
Watch for the edge.
Yep. There we go. And camera, pay attention to the edge lines, because once we make this transition, we want those lines to sit in our protection. So keep going, keep going. We need to get that yoke further. Can we manage our protection right there?
Partial.
Good enough. Okay. Okay. That concludes the vertical orientation edge transition when you don't have a high directional.